I'm doing really good, man. Super motivated for this fight. It's a tough fight. I can say this is the toughest fight of David's career. We're going against Anthony Yarde, a guy that's been in the 175 for a while. He did really well against Beterbiev and Kovalev. So, man, I think he's going to come prepared, ready to steal the show. And, I think this is the last opportunity for him to fight for a world title.
Steal the show. You guys are the main event. Now, people are expecting the biggest things to happen at light heavyweight, obviously defending your WBC title. I mean, when you look at Anthony Yarde, what do you see?
I see a guy that's super strong, a guy that's very dangerous, a guy that has been there with everybody. He's not afraid to fight nobody, and I see that his style, is pretty similar to David. He's going to come forward, and I guarantee you guys there's going to be a knockout here because both fighters come forward and both guys want to prove the people that they deserve to be there and fight the big monsters in that division.
Hmm. For the people that think that this fight per se is a cherry pick, what would you say to them and why?
Well, I feel that even though David is the A side, I believe that he always uh, is kind of like the underdog. It's like man, people don't really give him credit for what he's done. And he just has to keep proving himself. And it's a tough fight. It's a very very tough fight. We're not underestimating nobody. We're taking this fight super serious. We're being very disciplined, working hard, and staying focused. And there is a big, big motivation in this camp. And we just got to keep doing what we do, And we can't just win a fight. We got to look impressive. David has to look impressive against Anthony Yarde.
You say um, there's a big motivation. Where does that motivation stem from, and why?
The big motivation comes because if everything goes well, David's going to be fighting Beterbiev. That's the talk. We already accepted the fight. We're ready to go. But first, we got to pass this big, big challenge. It's a tough fight. But at the end of the day, David gives me the confidence, that he's going to do well. And in our mind, there's no room for thinking about losing. There's always win, 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 in order to do that, we got to prepare ourselves very well. We got to stay super disciplined and keep going with that. That's why we're so motivated because Benavidez is next, Pivo probably next, and then Zurdo Ramirez. And that's the big motivation. We're here in Seattle, Washington, in our gym, in our camp. We are leaving tomorrow to Miami, Florida, to finish some of the rest of the camp, and after that, we'll probably go like for a month to Saudi.
Tell me, is this like your second or first? No, not your first, but is this your second or third time hosting a training camp in Miami? And is it
Yeah,
the
yeah.
boxer gym as well? Is this is the same gym?
Yeah, this is the second time we do some of the preparation here and there in here in Seattle and also Miami. So I think that's what's going to be. Like I said, we've been training here for almost 5 weeks. So now we're going to go there for another 4 or 5 weeks, and then from there we go another 4 weeks to Saudi.
Tell me about the energy and in training camp leading up to this fight. Obviously, defending the WBC title. There's obviously great honor especially as a Mexican and as a 2-time champion. Well, 3-time champion, right? Am I right? Or am I right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
3-time champion. I mean, tell me where do you see the difference in your boy,
Well, the
your
big
young man?
difference is, the big difference. He gives me the confidence of believing in his abilities now. Uh, he's very connected with God, with the universe, with the vibrations, with the frequencies, and he's meditating a lot, and he's getting to know himself a lot, and he's connecting with God really good, and that makes me feel super proud and super happy, and that's why he gives me the confidence because he's not a normal human being. He's growing in different other places in his life, that are very important, to continue to fight. And man, he's a dangerous fighter, man. You know, now his mentality and everything and visualization and confidence, man, it's to the next level, bro.
I remember talking to you after you went to Saudi Arabia for the Beterbiev and Bivol fight in Saudi Arabia. You talked about it. You guys talked about being loyal to PBC. Um, in this situation right here, talk to me. What was the differences? What made this fight possible?
Well, we win. We were supposed to fight the winner of the Better BFMB Bowl. That's why we were over there. As soon as the fight was done, they announced that they were going to do the trilogy, you know, and that's why we got out of the picture. So us, we just wanted to stay focused and active, and we fight anybody, you know. To be honest with you, like I said, we got to keep proving ourselves and fight whoever. We can't pick from fighters, and that's not the character, the people we are to pick the fighters that think we're going to win. We want to get the fighters that are dangerous, the fighters that are going to take us to the next level, and the fighters that are going to keep making us prove ourselves to become uh, make history in boxing, you know, and that's the only way I believe, you know. David's only 20 years old. So, you know, we are here to fight whoever and give the fans what they deserve and what they want. So we're supposed to fight. They set a name of Caleb B-Ball. B-Ball decided not to fight with David. He just gave the belt away. That was not the way that we wanted to get the belt. But hey, at the end of the day, you know, we can't make these guys fight. Then they said we're going to fight Callum Smith. He didn't want to fight David, and Anthony Yarde was there in the picture, and he took the fight like in 10 minutes. So I was happy about that, you know. So I want to thank Anthony Yarde for taking the fight. I think it's a tough fight, and I think he's a great fighter. It's a good fighter, and a dangerous fighter. So we're going to give the fans what they want to see, a very, very exciting fight.
You say this is one of the biggest fights or the most dangerous fight in your career. I forget
Dangerous.
what.
I would say one of the dangerous fights, not the biggest fights, but dangerous fights because Anthony Yarde has proven that he has power. He put in problems. He stumbled Benavidez, you know, he got him hurt. And my respects to that, you know. So Beterbiev is it's an animal, you know, and he almost got stopped by this guy. So you know, he was able to come back and finish Anthony Yarde, but he gave him a really, really good fight. So to me, he's one of the most dangerous fights in our career.
While covering this fight, the more things that I get when it comes down to the audience, the fans, they say, hey, this could possibly be a cherry pick. And I say, why? And they say, listen, he has been stopped by Kovalev in the sixth round, an older man. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez was able to stop Kovalev, I believe, in the ninth round or something like that. Um, Tell me, when people say this is a cherry pick, why is it not?
I don't think it's a cherry pick. Like I said, you know, the only two fights that he has lost is to Kovalev and Beterbiev. You know, I mean, that makes him a very, very dangerous fighter. You know, I think he's proven himself. Like I said, you know, but every fighter that we fight, there's always something. There's always something, you know. Like I said, that's why we got to keep proving ourselves, and we're here to fight whoever. We're here to fight you. Everybody knows we're here. We wanted to fight with Canelo. It's been 6, 7 years. It didn't happen. Canelo didn't want to fight Booble. We fought Booble. We fought Caleb Plant. You know, we fought David Morrell. You know, and we got to keep doing those fights. You know, to make history one day. And those are the fights that we want to continue to give you guys, you know, the fights that bring danger to David's career.
Tell me, why better beef per se? Their reports saying that he's fighting on the card as well.
Yeah, you know, because I believe that he's a dangerous fighter. You know, he the only loss is to Bivol. You know, so why not? I think Bivol and Beterbiev are the monsters of the division. You know, and we want to face those two guys, but you know, it seems like they're not interested. Now I heard, you know, we already accepted the fight with Beterbiev. You know, they said he wanted to fight. We said yes, let's go. So if everything goes well here, that's the fight. And I'm telling you right now, that's the fight. We already said yes. We're ready to go, and hopefully next we can fight Beterbiev. I mean, Bivol. So those are the two fights that make sense to David's career right now.
And for the people that don't know Bivol situation. I mean, why not go straight to the Bivol?
Well, we've been trying to chase him. He didn't want to take the fight with David. We offered him a fight. Well, Turkey Al Hashim, PVC, and he didn't want to take it. So I mean, we can't make him fight. So the only one that stepped up and said yes is Beterbiev. So that's the one.
Were you aware of? I seen a picture of him in the hospital. Something wrong with his back or something like that.
Yeah. I just found out. I saw it on Instagram that he had like a back surgery or something like that, and I'm hoping that he recuperates and gets well very soon, and hopefully we could get the opportunity to fight him. We're ready. We're
Why
ready to
didn't
go.
Why didn't it go? Why didn't this fight happen with straight Better Beef instead of him being on your undercard? Why not Better Beef? You guys fighting Better Beef instead of Yard.
Yeah, the reason we didn't fight because, like I said, when we were making the fight, they decided that they were going to fight in Russia, Better Beef, and Be Bold. So they were negotiating those fights over there while we negotiated our fight at the same time. So I think if it was now, we would have made that happen like right away. But we already had a fight, So they're trying to put him in there, So the winner of that, those two fights will fight each other, and that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. And I'm happy with that. But in the end of the day, don't be surprised if something happens to Anthony Yarde that fight could be that night. Dave Benavidez against Beterbiev.
Wow. What do you mean by that?
Well, you never know. Sometimes things happen to a fighter, they get injured or whatever. And maybe, hopefully, we're not the ones that get injured. So, but if I guarantee you 100%, if Anthony Yarde gets injured or something, they'll step up Beterbiev to fight David.